What's up, Shackers? We're here with Giant, talking to Winslow about I guess you would call it a VR short story?
Yeah, like a cinematic VR experience.
So one thing I noticed is that you captured something that it was really a real-world environment. What kind of technology did you use to do that capture?
So we shot on a green screen. We're from New York, so we shot at a place in Chelsea. There was probably the actors only had about 8 feet by 3 feet to be able to actually to perform. And we shot with a Red Dragon 5K, and we also shot with the depth kit, the Kinect 2. And so we were able to use the Kinect to be able to give the pixels volume. So it's also a technique called RGBD. So that stands for your primary colors for your pixels, but also gives depth information. So we were able to then build a custom, not to get too dorky here, but we were able to create a parallax shader inside the Unreal Engine, and so we were able to place 3D volumetric video inside the Unreal Engine, so it's then sort of a more immersive environment.
Oh no, we don't mind hearing about the dorky sides of this thing.
Okay, awesome.
So how long is this story going to be when it's all said and done?
Well, so this actually it's the first part of a trilogy. This piece is set in itself. So I'm the producer and co-creator, and Milica Zetz is the director and co-creator, and it's loosely based on her, the time when she grew up in Serbia during the Civil War, that was in Yugoslavia, and also during the Serbian bombing.
One thing I noticed was that you guys are demoing it as a seated experience, but the seats themselves had some force feedback. Is that a third party that you guys are working with?
A third party? No, actually, we built those chairs ourselves using a generic butt kicker. There's butt kicker brand butt kickers, which are great. I used on another experience that I did. But these ones are nice and small, they're powerful, and they allow you to really be able to feel the bombs as they go off. There's 3 computers, one for each headset, and then another computer which allows all the computers to sync. It also shows the image that's on the screen, and then it sends out a separate low frequency track just for each butt kicker. Because we can't just roll off the lows, because then you'd be hearing the father speak as well, and that would be weird if you were feeling that. So we wanted, so it's a custom experience it allows it to have a custom sound channel.
Your experience growing up in Eastern Europe led to some of the experience in this VR. Can you speak to how you kind of think about making it feel real? When those explosions were happening, when the roof was caving in, how much effort did it go into the little details to make it really feel like you were there?
We did really try to make it real. I really want to stay as close to what I have experienced. So we used sounds, the sounds are pretty much accurate what we heard during the bombing, the siren and all these rumblings and distant bomb blasts. We worked with my friend he lives in Serbia, but he also grew up during the bombing there, so we really made sure that he does the proper sound as it was. Then I tried to translate that fear, the feeling of fear that you're going through while you don't know if your building is going to be hit or not. So I think that that's also was translated through this experience, especially because we place you as a viewer in that situation, so it feels like it's happening to you.
No, absolutely, and I just think that that's a really important thing for our viewers to understand, is that there's a real emotional connection to just what is otherwise you're just sitting there experiencing it, but you really feel like you were in it, and I think you did a really good job of that.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.